sense, you know.
Yeah, well, we paid it 1 year.
Yeah.
And I told them that my parents, they paid rent here in the town of May enough to buy a home for a long time, and they moved to Supply, and they finally bought a property in Supply.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to,
I know Everett and my dad went out and cut wood one Sunday, and that was when you burnt your old wood stoves, and that week our house burnt down.
oh, wow.
And Everett and Dad said, we'll never work on Sunday again. And neither one of them ever would, unless it was just, you know, something that had to be done. But they never would work again on Sunday. All we had was the clothes on our back.
Yeah.
So we started over again.
Yeah, so everything burned except
Everything burned,
everything.
and then the shed that he's harness and saddles and everything like that were hanging in, it caught in a fire because it's windy and it burned too. So we started really from scratch again.
Oh.
We had our clothes on our back. And as Everett said, they were perhaps the worst clothes we had because the windmill or the well, they were working on it. They had it pulled and put new leathers on it. So we had no water out, you know, to fight it or nothing. And he said, well, we'll just have to start over. And I said, yeah, and that's what we did. We started over again. We had to buy clothes and furniture and everything. And we got a brand new radio that day in the mail. We didn't even get it open. It burned too.
It burned too, huh? Yeah. Could have came one more day.
So we started all over again, and we made it. But Everett worked on the farm, and then he worked in his dad's store on weekends. Cut meat there, and was also a clerk.
Yeah.
And I told him, well, we kind of started to head hard way, but at least we made it.
Yep.
And I know some of them said, well, with the kids you've got, you can go up and you get commodities and all this stuff. Everett looked at him and he said, there are kids, we'll take care of themselves. And then when the war broke out, they said Everett was called, and we were getting ready, and we had, I don't know how many kids at that time. I guess the twins was little, maybe. Yeah, they were. And some said, well, you ought to not go. And Everett says, I'm called. And we was getting things arranged for him to go and me take care of the kids, you know. And then he got a call that he wasn't needed, and we didn't find out until I don't know how much later. And Lord Scott told me, she says, the reason he didn't go, we protested. The neighbors.
Well, that's good. That's real good.
They said you had too many kids to take care of on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And on the pay that he would get.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real good.
I said, well, I said he was called, and, you know, and he said others went, you know, and they said, yeah, but you had 5 kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that until after the war was over.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
I said we figured we could make it somehow.
Yeah.
You know, without him working at a job that he made more money, you know, than in the army. And I said, and they said, well, what would you have done taking care of all the kids? I said, well, I just did the best I could.
Mhm.
But then we both had pretty good parents because Gail got sick. And she was in the hospital 6 weeks. And the first 10 days, they said she could go at any time. And we both stayed at the hospital bar bed. And the morning of the 10th day, Dr. Bush, he comes and he says she stands a chance. She had right disease. And she was in the hospital 6 weeks. And my mom did the washing and ironing, and his mother stayed with the kids and took care of them. We didn't see the kids for 10 days.
Mm.
And that was a long time for a bunch
Yeah.
of little kids.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And anyhow, that year we had a bumper wheat crop. And of course we had planned, you know, things we was going to do with it. It paid our hospital bill.
Oh, nice.
I said, God looked over us.
Yeah. Yes.
So we lived through some tough times.
Oh, yeah.
There was always happy times anyhow
Mhm.
with the kids.
Yeah. As long as you got each other, that's all that matters, huh?
Huh?
As long as you got each other, that's all that matters, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
But, and then we paid the farm off with our calf crops. And we paid Uncle John off with calf crops. And our other stuff we used, you know, the milk, eggs and cream and stuff we used for other things. And so we managed, and then when his dad died, he owned this place, and he had cows and chickens, and they sold that, and the way the boys divided it up, they said, they divided the money up between the other 3 boys, and we got the house here. And that farm that we lived out, that he traded for, that we've got now, it didn't have a house on it, so we needed a house. So his dad died, and he sold his cows and chickens, and the other 3 boys took the money and never got the house. It made it about even altogether, so that was a way that we finally got this house. Do you need more spaghetti? I've got some.
I don't think so.
That's a lot of spaghetti. That ought to be enough.
Yep.
With the Prego.
Yeah, it's got meatballs in it.
Ooh.
Do you remember when Gail was in the hospital?
I probably wasn't born.
No, you wasn't born. That's right.
I don't know what year it was, but
She was in the 3rd grade, and she took.
well, I would have been little.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Mom
No, I
and
don't
his
remember.
mother
I
took
wasn't
care of
very
you,
big.
and you perhaps don't remember it. But I know sometimes we went through some rough times, but we always managed to kind of what we consider to come out on top.
Mhm. Mhm. I'd say so.
We never did have another good wheat crop, and now they started to cut in the wheat that we could only, and guess how much wheat they said we could plant this year? 15 acres.
Did they plant wheat?
No, I had it all planted to grass. Because 15 acres, you cannot buy the machinery it takes with wheat and have it harvested and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't plant enough wheat that you'd make anything
Yeah.
because it'd all be taken up machinery.
Yeah, it's hard to farm nowadays. It's very difficult. It always has been, I guess, but.
And so now it's all planted to grass. And I get $10 an acre a year for grass.
Oh, that's something, huh?
So that's $1,600 off of it right there. And
Not
then the
bad.
government pays so much for planting it to grass
Yeah.
because we had dust storms out here so bad for so
Oh,
long,
yeah, okay.
and so they pay some
Yeah,
for
okay.
that.
Yeah.
It has an oil well on it, and the old farm, I get a bigger gas check off of it because it's gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting any oil checks right now at all.
Not even off that Goodwill?
I get the one on the old farm is gas, and I get some off of it every year. It's dropped to $124 the last month. And I have got us high there for a while, 400, 500 a month. And I've got one $25 check off of the oil well this year. So it's not, that's what they say though makes gas higher, is when they quit pumping the oil wells.
Yeah, right now natural gas is low.
Huh?
Natural gas is selling cheap right now.
Yeah, it went down from $400 a month to $124 last month.
You know, we burn the
Natural,
barn.
you know, the gas well did.
Yeah, we they budget what we can burn in them boilers, and we're way over budget on gas because they base it on at the first, whatever the gas price is at the end of the year when we're fixing the budget. Well, the gas prices done got down. We can burn it cheaper. We can burn bar. And then boilers burn a lot better on gas.
Up until last month, I was getting around $400 a month, and it was $124 last month. And I've got one check this whole year for $25 off of the oil well. I'd have got up if you had told me.
You can get around it. He's fine. He's gone now.
Oh. Needs to get that big black one on my head. No, I guess he wasn't taking it out.
No, he's good.
On my other place that I've got a oil well, I've not got any off of it. They sold this place. They had all this year. And last year, I think altogether it was just a little over $100 for the whole year that I got on this.
Oh.
I got 2 oil wells and a gas well. And it sounds like you'd get a lot. But
Yeah, it does. That sure isn't much.
That's good. It lasts 2 or 3 years.
I don't know why we send all our oil off and import it back. Other stuff, you know.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
But, you know, Uncle Benton made him a millionaire off of oil wells, but they said that was before they did like they do now.
Mm-hmm.
They're limited to how much they can pump them. Then they just pumped them all they could.
Well, there's too many regulations nowadays.
And do you know who was a pumping mine last I heard? a Jim, her son.
Yeah.
So I think if Jimmy could pump him in the shoes, he said, well, he'd pump mine more,
Mhm.
but he can't. It's my second cousin.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a long, long time. Saw him at
Hey,
the
Sales is always coming to me. Let's go down there. You know, they wouldn't be pumping them and see what we can do. Let's go to the city, and I wouldn't go with her. And I think that's the reason hers isn't pumped as much as mine. It's because she went down there. Last year, altogether, it was only a little over $100 off of her.
There's not much.
walking around.
I've got that, only it's in cans.
Prego?
Well, mine isn't Prego, but it's,
Tomato sauce?
you know, spaghetti sauce,
Yeah.
and it's in cans.
I don't even see the little meatballs in there. It must be very small.
Like the pork and beans.
I don't see any of them in there.
Might be one meatball in there.
Jane, do we need any canned goods? There's all sorts down in there.
Probably not.
There's corn, and there's peas, and there's green beans, and there's tomatoes. All sorts down in there. And I also had tuna for sandwiches if we wanted it. Nobody seemed to want tuna.
I like tuna warm, and a lot of people think that's weird. A lot of people think that's kind of scary because of the mayonnaise in it, but I like it that way.
Why would that be scary?
I don't know. I guess they're afraid that if the mayonnaise gets warm, it's going to give you food poisoning. I don't know. A lot of some restaurants are giving me trouble with that, like tuna salad and stuff like that. I say I want it warm, and they're like, I don't know if we can do that. I mean, I know it's so odd that I like, you know, tuna salad and chicken salad and what's that? Potato salad. All kinds of those salads warm. That a lot of people usually eat cold. Everyone usually looks at me strange whenever I want those warm instead of cold.
You what?
I like those like potato salad and chicken salad and tuna salad warm.
Huh?
A lot of people don't like it cold, but I like it warm.
You like it warm?
Mhm.
Well, I found out one thing. With my bread maker, I can't mix it inside, so you try to make it, and it says room temperature.
Mhm.
I didn't get it room temperature, and my bread didn't raise as well. So from now on, I'll put the ingredients out and have it room temperature, just like it was too cold. But it tasted good, but it just didn't raise as high as it usually did.
That would make more sense. I didn't know why you did that.
But I was like some of the others here. I like to mix it myself, then I can fry bread, mix cinnamon rolls and whatever, and when you put it in the bread maker, it just makes one loaf.
Yeah. Yep.
It raised real good up to about this high,
Mhm.
and then it didn't raise much more. It tasted all right, but it sure didn't taste good. No, any kind of canned goods that you want down in there. Also, chicken noodle soup, tomato soup, vegetable soup.
Well, I'm sure we're fine. I appreciate it.
And peppermint.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, it's a soft strain too.
Is it?
Yes.
No. I just bought them the other day.
Yeah, you ought to offer Kyle one of these.
Oh, wow, I got another one in my pocket. See that? I just got 7 of this.
Oh, she had some soft peppermints, but they're all gone now. That's why I said she ought to offer you one, but she said she didn't have any more. Well, I thought she had more.
There's some in the pickup.
There's some in the truck.
You know, Jane and John was your two that played together the most, wasn't you? And he'd play farm. I mean, he'd play in the out here in the playhouse with her, and they'd play out there in the. She'd play out there at the farm with him. They had a little farm on that side. I found the roosters, the last thing that blew out this came to light. And John said he thought maybe you and him buried some animals out there. And he says maybe that's the ones that's coming up. Here a few years back, I found the pig, and it's up in there somewhere. And I found the rooster, and they got it in there this year. And
So the animals that you buried that died, they came back up?
yeah, he said that he thought you and him buried some. Said maybe that's the ones that's coming to light now.
I have no idea.
Well, the little rooster, he came out perfect. But the pig had lost part of its legs. And when they had this down, Carol put the rooster up in here now. So maybe that may be the last one.
Where's the rooster?
But he came out just perfect. He's right about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th one over there in the middle. And he was white, and his comb was red. It just looked perfect. But some the pig, well, they had to stand him up. No, they put him down, but his legs, 1 or 2 was off. She's got it up there so you can't tell it on that other one, and the other one's already laying down, so that's the one that evidently the legs was.
Okay, they're statues.
Huh?
They're statues?
I didn't hear you.
They're statues?
No.
What?
They were rubber pigs.
Oh, okay.
They're toys.
Okay, they're toys.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
toys.
I thought they were real at first.
No,
I was
no, they couldn't lay up there, I don't
trying to
think.
figure out what was going on.
No, Carol put them all in this time with two-sided tape so they wouldn't fall over. And pigs are way over here at the end. And one of them wouldn't even stand up. He had lost so many of the legs. And the other one looks pretty good. The rooster hadn't even lost a toe.
Where's your masher?
Huh?
The masher?
I don't know. We had all of those out. We had dust coming in there.